Hi guys, I'm jumping on here because I want to go over a few things. I've had some questions. Kiddos have messaged me privately on our class tag page, which I totally encourage you to do if you ever have a question, because it lets me know that you're stuck on something. And chances are, if one of you are stuck on it, more than one of you are actually stuck on it. And either you're trying to figure it out on your own or you just don't want to ask me. Please ask. I'm not going to call you out on here. I'm just going to say some of us are having some trouble, and that's fine. So I want to just briefly go over the noun part of your packet. I know I already did a video on proper nouns specifically. Some of us had a question about that, but there's another part in here in this packet, the grammar one, where there's a little section on possessive nouns, and you might be wondering how to do that part because the directions are kind of weird, and it doesn't really help you in trying to figure out what you need to do. So I'm going to give you a hand on that. You actually know what a possessive noun is. You just didn't know that that's what it's called. You use them all the time. You just didn't realize it. So once I explain it, hopefully that'll make it a little easier. So in order to do any of it, you need to remember what a noun is in general. Now, in this packet, a regular good old-fashioned noun is they're calling it a common noun. Okay, like table, person, city, right? Person, place, or thing. So I wrote on my board here, but I'm only going to show you the top because okay. So a common noun is a person, place, or thing. Same thing, it's just a noun. Common. They're just sticking the word common in front of it for the general definition of a person, place, or thing. Now, quick refresher, remember, a proper noun is a specific name of a person, place, or thing. Like New York City, that's a specific name of a place. It's still a noun, but that would be a proper noun. Capitalized, it's the specific name, right? So a common noun is just the generic title for the noun. So, like I said, city, farm, table, desk, person, animal. So even like tiger, elephant, dog, those are all common nouns, okay? They're all, think about when you would write them. They're lowercase. You're not using capital letters at the beginning of them. It's a common noun, okay? Now, moving on to possessive nouns. This is on the back of the first page of that big packet. The first page happens to be on nouns. And if you flip the packet over on that first page, on the back, the middle section and the bottom section are on possessive nouns. So I'm going to actually go over the definition, and then we're going to take a look at an example so you know you have one to reference, so you can probably then figure out how to do the rest. Okay, so a possessive noun, I'm just going to hold this board up again. It's got the same definition we went over, but now we're looking at the bottom. Okay, a possessive noun, that shows the ownership, and it uses the apostrophe S after the noun, okay? So we talk about this when we have talked about just an S on the end in general. When do I know to use the apostrophe? And we've said that that's when you're showing ownership of that object, okay? So not plural, right? So when you just add an S on the end with no apostrophe or anything, you're showing more than one. You're showing plural. Not with the apostrophe. The apostrophe tells you, oh, it's ownership, like Mrs. Nash's kittens, right? I own those kittens. I'm showing ownership over the kittens. There's not more than one Mrs. Nash, so I would put the apostrophe S at the end of my name, okay? So if you look here, I'm going to stand off to the side a little so I can read it and you can see it. The singular possessive noun here, it says, write each group of words another way. Use the possessive form of each underlined noun. So number 22 says, dish that the dog uses. The dish that the dog uses. Now hold on, I'm going to write it down here because I feel like it'll be easier for you to see it bigger on the whiteboard. Okay, so it said, dish the dog uses. Dish the dog uses, and I believe dog is underlined. Yep. So they want you to focus on this noun, dog. Okay. Dish is also a noun, but we're not talking about the dish. Well, we are, but you'll see in a second. So dish the dog uses. If I'm talking about my dog and the dish that they use, I'm not going to say, oh, it's the dish that the dog uses. No, I'm going to say it's the, oh, that's an ugly D. I'm going to say it's the dog's dish, right? By adding that apostrophe S at the end of the underlined noun they give you and telling us, well, what does that noun own? What are they showing ownership over? That's your answer. This is literally what you're writing on that line. Okay? You're not going to copy over the word the. You're not copying over the word uses. You're using these two nouns and adding an apostrophe S onto the one that's underlined. Dog's dish. Okay? I'm not talking about more than one dog. If I was, there'd be no apostrophe. Okay? But this doesn't make sense. If I was using plural form, then this should be dishes, right? Because if I'm talking about more than one dog, I'm then going to be talking about more than one dish. Okay? So that apostrophe S is the possessive form of the noun. Okay? I'm not going to write it down, but I'll just go over the second one with you because that might have been a little wordy. The second one, which is number 23. Of course, they're going to use names that are just crazy. It says spaceship of Rexstar. Rexstar is, I'm assuming, the name because it's capitalized. So that tells me it's a proper noun. So the answer, because I wouldn't say the spaceship of Rexstar. No, I would actually just say it's Rexstar's spaceship. Okay, so Rexstar was underlined. I added the apostrophe S to it. I took the other noun. This is your answer. Rexstar's spaceship. I keep just wanting to say ship. Rexstar's spaceship. Okay, give it a try. You only have a few more left there to do. And then the bottom part, 26 through 29, it says complete each group of words with the possessive form of the noun in parentheses. So it's giving you everything. You just need to add the apostrophe. So it says the blank cages, and then in parentheses is the word monkeys. So it wants you to say the monkeys' cages, but in order to show ownership, when you rewrite the word monkeys here, you better put apostrophe S. You got to stick the apostrophe in between the Y and the S. Okay? It's showing how the monkeys own those cages. It's theirs. All right? I hope that helped. I know that it was a lot, but remember, like, you can always rewind and fast forward these videos and watch them as many times as you need to, or just skip ahead to the part that applies to where you need help. All right? Again, message us if you ever need help with anything. Moving forward, we're actually going to be talking to Miss Nettie today and finding out how we are going to continue here moving forward. So more on that. Maybe I'll post a little video about that in a little bit. And then later today, you'll be hearing the read aloud moving forward. I think Mrs. Morse is today from our Classroom 13 book. All right. Have a great day, guys. Happy Monday. Get some fresh air. Get some work done. IXL, feel free to go into the language arts part and do some work. I might be actually assigning you stuff there soon. So we will chat soon. Bye, guys.